If the New York Liberty win one more game, that face right there is going to live forever because Sabrina Ionescu hit one of the most cold-blooded shots in the history of basketball. The biggest New York basketball shot I can ever recall. The biggest shot of the WNBA season, obviously, since it took place in the WNBA Finals. Iconic considering where it came from and the place in the game that it happened. And the Liberty are now one game away from winning it all and Sabrina etching her name in history. Look, she doesn't get there without Breanna Stewart. You got to give Stewart credit. She carried the Liberty in this game. She was absolutely brilliant, but she's already arguably the best player of her generation. Sabrina struggled for much of the game, but stepped up when it mattered and had everybody reacting. Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic, the whole basketball world was giving it up because that's just one of those things you had to witness. Now they're just one win away. And as the late, great Kobe Bryant once said, job's not finished. And Kobe was a very public admirer of Sabrina. I'm sure she agrees with that sentiment. But if her and the Liberty are able to get just one more win and win that championship, that shot and the name Sabrina Ionescu are going to live forever. Thinking about it, she's completing a year, or she would be completing a year, where she went head-to-head with Steph Curry in the NBA All-Star game and then finished off this historic WNBA season with the biggest on-court moment. Let's take a look at some of what actually transpired out on the court, including the Sabrina shot. I mean, probably can't see enough of that shot at this point, considering, how it went down and how it was just, total cold-blooded killer status. I mean, I'm repeating myself, but that's what it was. And here's Sabrina eyeing up, sizing up, pulling up, buckets. Or as my guy Jay would say, get it out the net in that moment. And Sabrina afterwards said she was built for the moment. Built for the moment. And that's the kind of expression you want to hear from a player who's, can be struggling during the game and then come out and put together that shot in that moment where they're not worried about what had happened before. And afterwards, she also joked about making second team all WNBA. I thought she was snubbed from the first team.
That was just a great all WNBA second team performance.
All first team biggest shots in WNBA history performance. I thought the first team should have been Sabrina and Clark in the backcourt, along with Stewie, Asia, and Nafisa. I would have had Sabrina in there over Alyssa Thomas, but nonetheless, she'll take the championship over the first team recognition. We're sure of that, right? Everybody would agree on that. And at the same time, you also have to shout out, like I said, Stewie. You have to shout out Leonie Fibich, who's been great. And that's just a tough loss for the Lynx. I'm not sure how they recover. They have an injury that happens in it. They had that game and let it slip away in some ways, just like the Liberty did in game one. And now I'm betting on the Liberty to win it all in Minnesota, so much so that I think I'm headed out there for game 4.